This is Rene Bonét, and this is Made Famous TV.
Made Famous TV.
Yo, what's up? It's your girl Shamika, and you're now tuned in to Made Famous TV. And right now, I'm sitting down with Rene Bonét.
How you guys doing? Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for taking time out of what I'm sure is a busy schedule for you to join us and kick it with us and talk to us about what you got going on.
Yeah, you see, I'm just chilling in my room right now. Just getting ready. I got a studio in here, so I'll be recording and vibing out all day. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. And we got a podcast later on with G4 Elite, and it's gonna be dope.
Yeah, listen, I was telling you before we started recording that you got like a whole vibe going on with like the purple sunglasses, the hair, like it's a whole vibe. So when you say vibe,
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So
I didn't like my makeup, so I threw these glasses on.
Oh no, you look cute. Oh, I'm seeing the earrings now, and I see the nails and everything. Oh. I love it. I love it. Dope. It's definitely unique, but it fits you. So before we get started, music must be treating you pretty well. Like I ain't trying to be nosy, but I'm being nosy. Like it looked like you live in like a little mansion, not even little. Like I was seeing you get in your position. I was like,
okay.
Like, okay, she walking through the house, trying to find which spot she gonna sit in the mansion, but
it's a cute little house, It's a cute house.
Listen, y'all didn't get to see her walking through it. It ain't little, y'all.
You silly.
But so yeah, let's first of all, where are you from?
I'm from DMV. Like I was born in Leesburg, Virginia. It's like 45 minutes on the outside, on the outskirts of Washington, DC.
Okay.
So, we're considered the DMV. Like we would go to DC just to like shop or party. Like there's nothing to do where I'm from. So we would it's like going to Atlanta and living in Lawrenceville. Sort of.
Okay. And you're in Atlanta now, right?
Yeah, I live in Atlanta now.
Okay. So what brought you to Atlanta?
Well, music. Like growing up in like a small town, like it really didn't have any profit, like people are content with like getting married, having children, and hopefully go to college, if they weren't like going to jail or dying from overdoses. So I wanted to get away from, they said the prophet is without honor in their own town, so I left to get honor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm digging. How have you found it has been pushing your music here in Atlanta versus, I'm assuming you were pushing your music up in the DMV area as well?
Yeah, I did well. As the independent artist, I got on a lot of like radio stations at home, for new music and new artists. But I think that I capped out in my mind at the time when I moved, which is, like 5-6 years ago. And I decided that I wanted something bigger and better. At the time, like ATL was out, and like there was like this scene of just like Atlanta's the R&B and the music scene. So I was like, I gotta explore. It's like the actors like go to Hollywood, the artists come to Atlanta.
Yeah. So you've been here for a while. You said ATL was out. ATL came out in like 06 or something like that. So you've been here for a while.
I came here in 2014, 15.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I guess back in this little town, like when that movie did come out, it was just like, that was like, dang, we don't live like that. Like, they skate and they do all this stuff. Like, traditional skating rinks. It's a little political town right outside of Washington, DC, where there's like Congress and, and a lot of politics, go-go music. And we have like our own culture.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Gotcha. So, how long have you been doing music? Let's go back to the beginning.
Right. So I started at like 16, 17. Of course, just writing poems and like turning my poems into songs. And I think that's like a lot of R&B singers' story, you know. And I met with a guy who was like super interested in my talent and tried to kind of trained me a little bit. I started going out in studios in DC and just started meeting people that like had like a little motion that was just willing to like take me under their wing. And like I said, once I got to a point where I feel like it was just, I was growing out of it, I moved to Atlanta and met Alvin Spikes. He is a Grammy Award winning engineer and producer who was up under like Dallas Austin and some other producers. And, you know, he became my mentor and he took me under his wing and taught me how to record myself and lay vocals and, you know, taught me a lot about the business before his passing last year.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry to hear about that.
Okay. Oh, no, thank you.
Okay. So, like because I was listening to your music and you definitely have a sound. First of all, it's dope, right? Because sometimes people be like, oh, it's different. And I'd be like, okay, you saying different. You saying everything except the music is good, but your music is good.
Oh, right? Thank you. What did you listen to?
There's a 9-song or 10-song. It's a short project you have
called Bully Barbé.
Yes, that's rock. Yes, because that's like an alternative alter ego that you have, right? Yes, the Barbie one. Yes, and I was listening, and yes, got like a rock feel to it, and I was like,
it's different.
yeah. I was like, okay, this is, but it sounds good. Like it doesn't sound like anything that's forced, right? Because sometimes it sounds like people are just trying to be different just to be different.
Yeah,
but it definitely, it fits you, like again, your whole vibe, like it fits y'all need to check it out. But
thank you so much.
Like, oh, you're welcome. What inspires you, or who inspires you, like to
honestly, that's a good question, thank you. But all the artists, everybody, everything and everybody like inspires me, from like the independent artists to the majors to models to movies to comedies to TV, children, old people, like anything, like just experience, and it inspires me.
Okay.
I'm Rene Bonét is a, you know, pop R&B singer at heart. But my brother, he was murdered a few years back. And almost probably a decade ago, but he was a rapper and he inspired Bully Barbé. So I feel like I'm living through him, or he's living through me, you know. So I'm like expressing, you know, his anger and everything, you know, that he went through as a person. And I feel like he's, you know, he can get an opportunity to live his dream through Bully Barbé.
That's dope. I like that. There's because you have like, so do you have like 2 pages on Apple Music, 2 artist pages? Because I feel like I was venturing off to like another artist page, and there was like a 17-song project, and it looks like you have
Love in 5D. That's R&B. So that's Rene Bonét. It's not 2 different. It's 2 different projects on there, but it's like Rene Bonét is one. I'm a Gemini. Hello, guys. So I have 2 sides. I have Rene Bonét, which is the eclectic R&B singer. She's pop. She's you know, in that era. And then we have Bully Barbé, who she raps and she does like, you know, trap rock, just hip hop music, you know, a little rap. So it's just 2 different energies.
Okay, so you put out 2 projects last year.
I put out 2 projects at the same time, and Love in 5Z actually charted at number 8 on the iTunes charts, like the first 5 days it was out. So that was really exciting. I got my plaque over there, and that's just one of many. So I'm hoping, you know, we're looking for this new single Pesos that we're dropping 4/22. To also chart, and many more. So
4/22 is Friday. Or you got it.
Yep.
Signed, sealed, and ready to be delivered, huh?
Ready to be delivered, and we're having a single release party, masquerade themed at a house party.
Okay.
Here in Atlanta. So we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it up.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. So I was gonna say you said house party, so I was like, oh, I guess everybody ain't gonna be invited to that. I was gonna tell you to drop the address, the location,
Oh,
but it's
it is.
somebody's house.
It's in my bio. No,
Oh,
it's on my
okay.
page. It's on my page.
Okay.
It's definitely on my page. Everybody's welcome.
Okay.
Everybody's welcome. It's gonna be dope.
Now
We're
you
not
got
stopping
people.
anybody from coming through. So it's gonna be performances from other artists.
Okay.
It's gonna be really dope.
Now this is gonna be at somebody else's house. I know you ain't letting nobody up in your house. Now you like, hey, these people ain't finna come tear my house up.
I thought, I don't even put my address on applications, honey.
Listen, I
Yeah.
feel you. So R&B and hip hop, which one do you enjoy doing most, or does it depend on your mood?
It depends on what my mood is. Sometimes like I really feel like singing. I
Okay.
just want to sing and get out my emotions and just write about some heartfelt stuff. And then sometimes, I'm in my bully mood to where like I want to rap and like be bully and be in the twerk sessions in the clubs, and it just depends on what mood I'm in. Sometimes I don't want to deal with none of that, and
Right.
so yeah, it just really depends on the mood. That's why I have both, because I didn't want to limit myself to like, dang, I want to do this and I want to do this, and it's just like, well, you could do both.
Yeah, and it eliminates people saying, "Oh, like if people say, hey, I'm more of a hip hop head. I don't really like the R&B. Oh, I got
Right.
your hip hop right here," and then vice
Yeah, so it's
versa.
like you get a choice. You get a choice. If you don't like Bully Barbé, you'll like Rene Bonét. And if you don't like Rene Bonét, you'll like Bully Barbé.
Right. The music is. I haven't had the opportunity to hear the R&B project,
Well,
but
you missing
Bully
out.
Barbie. I
That's
know.
your
I
stuff
gotta
right
check it.
there. That's your stuff right there. I'm telling you, it's love in 5D. So it's just love songs.
I gotta check it. Because
Yeah.
I'm an R&B girl at heart. I love me some hip hop, but yeah, every now and then a girl gets in a mood and she like, hey, I don't feel like I need to hear this. But so I was reading over your bio. So this is the time where I want you to pop your stuff, get in your bag. Like you've gotten some nice cosigns. You've accomplished quite a bit, right? Talk about it.
Well, I've been featured in like most of, a lot of hip hop blogs, like the major ones like Revol and Source and all hip hop, and I mean pretty much almost every single major blog I've been featured in. I mean, I guess that's standard to me when you're doing a press run and you want people to know about your music. You gotta be in touch with the journalist and have a publicist and have them, push your brand to people and get them interested in you and want to interview you, and
right.
And so you could talk about what you have going on. So like we'll be doing this on like 50 other platforms.
Really?
So,
Okay.
yeah. So it goes, it goes a long way for artists. You know what I mean? So just to me, it's just the norm.
But how are you getting like the placements? I mean, it sounds like you definitely have a pretty strong team, right? I
Yeah.
can just tell by the way you speak and carry yourself that
I'm all proper and shit.
yeah, professional. Like you are a true artist, right?
Yes,
Like
yeah, I've developed a business sense over the years. I know that artists think that it's just about like, oh, I'm so good, I'm so talented. We're like, that's good, but I have an LLC. Like Rene Bonét is, a LLC.
okay.
She can get funding and sponsorships and loans. I worked on my business side first, so I could, because once the music is there, it's like, then what are you going to do with it?
Right.
No one's going to just come find you. I mean, I know those things happen all the time, but usually, you knock on doors and they open, and then you seek and you find and you ask and they answer. So I've never had a situation to where like I just been sitting in my room making hot beats and someone DM me and was like, "Yo, I want to." It's always networking. It's networking. My team has made like valuable connections over the years to where, you know, there's certain journalists and people that are on my team that are, will write about me and, make sure that my brand is pushed to the forefront.
So how do you get that, like, just that business sense, that savviness? Like, where'd that come from?
I went to school.
Okay.
I went to school. I got a degree in marketing and business, and I lived in Australia for a little bit and studied digital marketing out there before I came back to the States. And I just utilized, all the things that I learned, different cultures. In Australia, there weren't American Black people.
Right.
I was dealing with Aussies and um, Korean culture and Japanese culture and thing like that. So
how do okay, so having that experience in another country, another continent, right?
right. Another whole
Like,
country, yeah.
yeah, because I hear about all the time people having a different appreciation for music than we do over here in the States.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Well, I lived in Sydney, Australia, and I
Okay.
lived like it was like a beach. I lived like on the beach. And I noticed that I was like literally, it was a lot of American Black people, but I just didn't meet a lot of them
Okay.
in the time that I was there. But I would go into these clubs that were like completely Caucasian, let's say,
Mhm.
and or they would have like other Africans, but they've never been to America,
Okay.
you
All
know,
right.
but the clubs were completely hip hop. I'm talking about the Baby, Nicki Minaj,
Let
so on
me
and so forth.
find out.
Completely lit. Rooftop parties, pool parties, like you'll go in, it's like being overseas, but they love hip hop music. When they found that I was like American, Black, or whatever, they were like, they were so intrigued, like, oh my God, she's from America, like they
Really?
loved it. They loved it. So it was. I didn't come across too many clubs or bars that wasn't playing hip hop music.
Oh wow.
It's all white.
So do you find it harder to, because some of us, we can be kind of tough. Like,
Yeah.
as far as when it comes to just marketing to us or trying to sell us a product in music or whatever, do you find it harder to market to Black people?
Yeah, Black people are not really, we're not consumers of our own.
Okay.
And anything that we can find for free, we will take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to our culture, you have to like, you have to really make them believe. And even with that, it's like, well, can we stream it for free? We'll stream it for free and we'll listen to it all the time. Well, how much does that cost? Well, can I get a discount? Our culture.
You want 99 cents? Wait a minute
Yeah.
now.
So it is difficult. And I found that my fan base is very mixed cultural. You know what I mean? I have fans in Canada, UK, and I found a lot more of my support out that way versus, I'm here in Atlanta and the culture is so big. Everybody's so talented. It's just like, you rap too,
Yeah.
you
Oh
sing
yeah.
too. So it's
Absolutely.
a lot of talented people. So it's very difficult to break through. But I feel like I'm doing a good job of letting my presence be known and just networking and supporting every single one that I could possibly support.
Yeah, and you stand out. The key is standing out, right?
Yes.
So I mean, that's a big thing. Like, you don't you don't look like every other Atlanta artist, right? You don't really look like any other artist, right? But it's dope.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you just have
Cool.
like your own identity. I kid you not. Because I was like going in, I was like, okay, what am I about to hear? Because again, there's so many people who do music. Like, oh, what am
Yeah.
I about to hear? Then I hit play and I was like,
Lord Jesus,
oh,
Bully
this is
Barbie.
kind of high.
That's
Yeah, let me, okay, this is high. Let me see what the next song sound like. I was like, let me see what the next song gonna sound like. And then it was a whole vibe. I was like, oh, this is okay, I can rock with this.
it's a rocky
Yeah,
trap.
yeah.
Have some
Yeah.
like it's definitely not like the normal hip hop where they're talking about, ass and titties.
Mm-hmm. Oh
It's
yeah.
definitely different. So it's definitely a different culture that I attract with that
Oh
music.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So do you produce?
I do not produce. I have my
Oh,
own
okay.
producer, Week, who did that. He is amazing. He works with he directs and produces, and he wears so many hats, and on this team, so he does everything pretty much.
Gotcha. That's gonna be who getting it out in the mud with you. That's gonna be your right hand
Pretty
man.
much, pretty much who that is. Yeah, the last couple of years, it's him, and I have like a team of 3 or 4 other people who help me.
Gotcha. So what's the ultimate goal? Like what does success look like for either Rene Bonét or Bully
Bully
Barbie?
Barbie. Well, thank God we're trademarked. So,
Okay.
anything that comes from that will be, capitalized on. My goal is ownership,
Okay.
wherever that may be. I want to use my platform to be able to influence the masses to just believe. I think coming from a small town and having like my mom still works at the same pizza restaurant that she's worked at since I was in 3rd grade, and her goal, her dreams are not my dreams. Their thoughts are not my thoughts. They go to work, they come home, and which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that when you are growing up and you have like these big dreams, it kind of makes people think you crazy or not really believe in what you're saying. So my goal is to, influence people that may feel like they're stuck, whether it
Mm-hmm.
be kids or financial or relationships that may be holding them back. Like it's never too late. And
Right.
you can always, your dreams or anything, you can manifest this shit overnight. You can change your life overnight.
Oh yeah.
And I just want people that are back home that didn't make it or are still, dreaming of being something other than just living in the rat race every day. I want them to like see me and see that I got out,
Right.
and let that be
Absolutely.
like inspiration to them or their children or people that are coming after me.
Yeah. I could definitely dig that. You
Yeah.
talk about ownership. Would you ever sign a record deal?
At this point, I really don't need to. I'm already a homeowner. I already have perfect credit. I already have, sponsorships and stuff like that. If the point of that is for people that really don't have the money to take it to the next level. But if I had a partnership with a label that,
Mm-hmm.
I could keep ownership, like my
Right.
masters and publishing and stuff like that, of course. But I mean, I don't think that's the way that the labels work.
Oh yeah. I mean, but I mean, unless you just never know, depending on how much leverage
You
you
never
have.
know.
But
That's right.
yeah,
It's a
definitely.
possibility. I'm just keeping my head,
Oh yeah.
focused on what we're doing. And if a partnership comes later to where it's financial beneficial to both of us, then of course I would.
Absolutely. Yeah, just got to be the
Yeah.
right deal. Right deal.
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Well, before we go, you said you got the new single dropping this Friday, April
Yes.
22nd.
Pesos. We got peso
Pesos.
dropping 422, which you're pushing, and then we got Shake It dropping 4/7. So we got 2 projects dropping, 2 singles dropping, and it's just gonna be wonderful. And look out for the billboard downtown. You know,
Billboard. Listen. I'm trying to, you know what? I was looking at this card. You got this perfect credit. I like, go ahead and co-sign. I guess you say you're trying to keep perfect
you, girl.
credit.
What's your name? I'm gonna send you my social.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
oh yeah, social. Oh,
I got you. Well, you need my ID too.
That's funny. You know, some people really be like, "Oh yeah, if you give it to me, I'll take it."
Right.
But no, okay. So you say, okay, so pesos for 22, and then you said May 7th.
May 7th, we drop it. Shake It.
Shake It. Okay, and then you got the billboard.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, oh man, I'm gonna be looking for you. And you know, when I see that billboard, I'm be like, hey, listen, I got the interview. I got the
period. Take a
period.
Okay, I will post it.
So let people know where they can find you at on social media. Drop your info.
Rene Bonét. It's ReneBonet. It's like Lisa Bonet. You know, like the Cosmos.
Oh yeah. And it's everywhere. You know, I thought about that as soon as I saw it. I was like, oh, I got a Bonnet. Okay. But that's on Twitter, Instagram, all your social media is the same thing.
It's all the same.
Cool beans. Well, thank you for taking time again out of your busy schedule to kick it with us.
So much.
It's definitely been a pleasure.
I hope I wasn't like moving around too much because I'm like all over the place. You hear kids in the background yelling. I mean, it's just a chaos over here.
No, you good. You good.